Acting is my passion. Speaking, people are my purpose. Okay? So when I get to do this, I got to really do a TED Talk. Like I did a TED Talk. You can go see it about overcoming obstacles because I overcame a lot of obstacles. And it was because of brothers like these, mentors, people that really sowed and imparted into my life, right? But let's do this real quick because I like to be obedient. Not only be obedient, but I like to have people participate because we've been sitting down to make sure y'all up. So real quick, on the count of 3, we're going to rev it up. This is what I call a momentum builder. So we're going to build some momentum, and then I'm going to hit you for 10 minutes, and we're going to be gone. Okay? So what I want you to do is when I say go, I want you to go, like you at your favorite game, your favorite preacher is up, whatever it is that gets you going. I want you guys to act like we're in a stadium. I want you to raise the roof. Not because I want you to do it, just because we're here to motivate each other. Okay? So here we go. Bend those knees. Bend those knees. Even the bad knees. See, mine bad, so I play football for you. Okay? On the count of 3, I want us to go ahead and hit it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm in the right place. Have a seat. So here we go, really quick. We're talking about manhood, right? We're talking about men motivating men. I have to say this. I had a lot of men that motivated me, but my mom was my rock. My mom motivated me. It's because I'm the man I am today, 99% because of my mother. Why do I say that? I had men mentors, but my mother was there every step of the way. My mother was there every single day, right? But then I had that thing, I had those men that came along and helped me. I overcame illiteracy. I couldn't read till I was in the 6th grade. Now I stand before you with a master's degree, with a life coaching certification, I'm an ordained minister, right? I get to speak to hundreds of people, thousands now, and I get paid for it, right? And I get to learn 100-page scripts. Well, you get to watch my movies, right, Jimmy? Right? So what am I saying to you? I was determined not to let somebody's opinion become my reality. But it was because of the men that motivated me to do so. My uncles, I sent my uncles a clip in my book where I talked about how I followed my uncles and how they impressed upon me and how I followed them. And I told them, thank you, I love you for everything that you did. I sent that today, this morning, right? Because Uncle Bebe and Uncle Joe and Uncle Kenny and Uncle Ronnie and Uncle Delaney, most of them I lost, but the ones that's here and the ones that came before, they were the ones that were instrumental when my dad got killed, when my dad wasn't around. Mr. Campbell, Coach O, brothers like Pastor Phil, Claude, and Dwight, Mr. Dew, my brother Johnny, who's been working with the youth forever. Men, motivating men, teaching young boys how to become men, right? So when you talk about being successful, this is what I think about, guys. So I told Carl, I got this. I know, but now I had to just put it together. What was I going to talk about? How was I going to talk about it? There's keys to building momentum for success. You understand what I'm saying? No one can motivate you if you can't motivate yourself. Is anybody in here? Raise your hand if you're selfish. I am. See, a lot of y'all don't raise your hand because y'all looking at the word. You looking at the word. I'm not selfish. No. If you can't love yourself, if you can't motivate yourself, if you can't push yourself, how in the heck can you do it for somebody else? Raise your hand if you're selfish. You better be. It can't mean more to me than it does to you. I'm talking about all the things I learned as a young man to become a man. No matter what they do for me, it can't mean more to them than it does to me. I have to decide that I'm going to make a difference. Saturday, I had to speak at one of my players' funeral. Same age as my son and my daughter. In the past 2 years, I buried 6 high school seniors or graduates. 2 girls, 4 boys. And I'm talking about that I had relationships with. We follow them, don't we, Johnny? When they graduate, they're not gone. Hey, what you doing in college? What you doing? What's going on? What you need? I had 2 students call me yesterday. I started a scholarship in honor of my mom, who's an educator. I don't care if it's only $1,000. It's $1,000 more than they had. Yeah, sure. And I decided I wasn't going to wait. I said, I know enough people. I need you to buy a ticket to the golf outing. I need you to buy a ticket. You to buy a ticket. If I can't get my so-called friends to buy a ticket for $125, they are not my friends. To help somebody else. Why? Because somebody helped me. And when you talk about keys to building momentum for success, you have to know your purpose. When you talk about being a man and being inspired, you have to know your purpose. And guess what, guys? In order to know your purpose, you got to know 3 things. You got to know that you are here on purpose, for a purpose, and with a purpose. And no one can determine that purpose but who? Huh? You. That's right. This full participation. So my point to you is answer the question. Okay? but right? Nobody can determine that purpose but you. And when you understand and know that, you might not know what your purpose is at this moment. But if you open up and you look at what's going on and you glean from other people, I might not be able to do exactly what this brother's doing, but I can look at how he's doing it and then put my spin on it and then become better. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I told these brothers, I got notes. I'm using your stuff. No, why are they telling me if they don't want me to use it? Why are they telling me if they don't want me to apply it? I'm going to apply it, and I'm going to let people know, Pastor Phil said this, Mr. Robinson said this, Mr. Dew said this, and I let them know I'm using it. I'm going to quote them. I won't plagiarize. So here, when you know this, guys, let me tell you something about being a man. Being a man, all the men out here. People have to like you. You believe that? Scratch that. People have to love you. They gotta love the mere existence of you being in their presence. They have to love your attitude, your personality, the things you do. I got an award from this man 20 years ago, and it's still sitting on my mantle. The Truth Awards. That meant something to me. One of my first awards, and I still keep it. It meant that much to me that he recognized what I was doing and wanted to show his appreciation for what I was doing and to honor me for what I was doing. So when we talk about men, we have to let people know that we honor them. We appreciate them. We love them. When I work with these kids, these boys and the girls, I tell them, hey, if nobody told you today, I love you. Because if you don't tell them, you don't know what they went through before they got there. You don't know what they went through last night. You don't know who they living with, or if they homeless. There's a lot going on. And you have to let them know that there's something on the inside of you that cares about them and love them. Okay? So then we talk about, here we go. I got to get past y'all notes because I put all y'all notes last, which knocked all my notes all the way up. So we talk about being motivated, right? And motivating men. When you talk about who am I, you got to decide who you are. Nobody can decide who you are but you. You have to take a look in the mirror and you have to decide who you are. No one is immune to the trials and tribulations of life. Tough times are going to come. What do they say? Tough times don't last, tough people do. Mm-hmm. Look in the mirror. One of my books is a challenge. It's a 30-day challenge. There's a task and an affirmation. So, why did I say task? Because there's work that you have to do. Right? There's work that you have to do in order for you to be successful. And when you understand that and you know that, that's when you start to win. So who am I? Right? And the other thing is, how did I get here? How did I get here? I got here, I'm going to tell you how I got here. I got here because I'm consistent and I'm committed and I'm faithful and I'm focused to my purpose. That's how I got on this stage right here. Okay? Another thing, how do I reach for excellence? How do you reach for excellence? Meditation. Today, my inspiration video was meditation. No, that was yesterday's. Meditation equals manifestation. Think about it. What you meditate on will manifest. Why? Want me to break it down? Because when you meditate on it, you studying it. When you meditate on it, you researching it. When you meditate on it, you asking questions about it. That's putting in work. And the more work you put in, it manifests. So meditation equals manifestation. That's how you become successful. Over and over and over again. I've been doing acting for I don't know how long. I just did a movie that just came out. More people than called me in the last 2 weeks than ever. And this is on Tubi. Now, I done been on football commercials, national football commercials, Chicago PD, Empire, BET. But this movie on Tubi has gotten over 8 million views and got me at least 1,000 phone calls and text messages in a matter of 4 days. And I answer every one. Why? Because it don't matter where it's at. It don't matter where it's coming from. You put in the work. You believe in what you're doing. And you make people believe in it. Don't get offended. Because black people, you know what we do, right? I'm in a national commercial. What my boys say to me? Yeah, I saw your little commercial. That little commercial paid me $50,000, sucker. I saw your little movie. Come on, man. Yeah, I saw your little part on Chicago PD. I was on the whole episode. Come on, give me a little bit of credit. But that's what I'm thinking. Celebrate. But to me, it don't matter if it was little or big. I celebrate every victory because every victory brings you that much closer to your success and your purpose. Stop being let down, beat down, and held back because you don't think it's big enough. Okay? You have to understand. Make know your vitamin. Stop letting no's hold you back. What do vitamins do? They build us up. They build our immune system. The more vitamins we take, the less we get sick. Make know your vitamin. Every no should bring you closer to your yes. Everything I'm telling you about now is about being a man, how I got to where I'm at, the help that I've gotten along the way, the people I've gleaned from, the people I've learned from, and the people that I respect. And when you think about these things, that's when you're going to have success. So when you talk about what does manhood look like in my family, might not be all millionaires, but it looks pretty good. My uncle, he's the chaplain for the Chicago Police Department. My other uncle, he's a retired detective, right? That's good. Right? And then you talk about being an example for your kids. Now I am a man. I can say I'm a man. I can proudly say I'm a man. And my kids know that I'm a man. And the kids I work with know I'm a man because of the love that I show. Real men show love. Community. I can say that I've done some good work in my community because my community did some good work in me. Right? And then the last thing, as a professional. As a professional, I get to stand before you. I don't care if it's one person. I don't care if it's 1,000 people. I'm going to give you the same energy. I'm going to give you the same love. I'm going to give you the same commitment, the same tenacity. I'm going to give you everything I have because you're here and that's what you deserve. Remember I told you I couldn't read, right? My shirt says, be symbolic. I wear it all the time. It means simply your best. And being deeply rooted stimulates growth. I went from being illiterate to having my own word with its own meaning and its own definition. Symbolic is spelled with an I instead of a Y because of my name. Simeon, symbol, the symbolism. See the sigma sign, Q-Dog? I had to get her. The divine nine. So I want to say this. First of all, Carl, I want to thank you. Okay? Thank you. Thank you and your team. Thank you for doing this. This is necessary. Thank you all for coming out. Give yourselves a hand. And please, these brothers right here by me, I want to thank you for allowing me to grace the stage with you, to be a part of what you're doing, and to be motivated by you, and be motivated to be more of an influence on the young men and the young women and the community that we not only live in, but that we go out into the world to see. Because I know these brothers have traveled the world. And thanks to God, I went from being able to speak here in Chicago to California, to Memphis, to Arkansas, to St. Martin, to Belize, internationally. And they listen. Everybody has a story, but who's willing to tell their story? Who's willing to stand up and be a man? This is dedicated to the men. Women that's here, thank you so much for coming out and supporting men. But to the men in this audience, young or old, who's ready to step up? Who's ready to step out? And who's ready to make a difference? And in doing so, do three things. I want you to pause, I want you to relax, and then I want you to press forward. Why? How many brothers have made a bad decision and ended up dead or in jail because they didn't pause before they reacted? Right? So I need you to pause. Right? What's the next one? Relax. Long enough to gain your composure. Figure it out. And then press forward, leaving your stamp of approval and your of excellence on everything you do. God bless you guys. Thank you.
Anyhow, let's give it up one more time. Let me be respectful to these brothers.